A big hello and a warm welcome to all of you amazing and beautiful people out there. Welcome to my channel, the Twin Flame Union. In this channeling session, the message is if one will come in balance, then automatically the other also will. If one will come in balance, then automatically the other has no option but to come into balance. So, my friends, every human being without a doubt has two operational energies in them, masculine and feminine. Whether you're a man or a woman, it doesn't matter. In fact, in this channeling session, I also like to tell you that man and woman is also an illusion. Some of you who are in the final stages and you're trying to surrender with full power, with full efforts, you must be feeling this way sometimes, that all this man, woman, it's also an illusion of the three-dimensional reality. Just the body is of a man, the body is of a woman. But inside, what do we have? What is the gender of the soul? The soul does not have any gender. But we are born in masculine and feminine bodies for a reason. Because we need to understand first how it feels like a female, and then we also need to understand how it feels like the male. In the twin flame journey especially, the male and female are basically one another's best friends and helpers. So being a man, what can you do? Being a woman, what can you do? Something like that for each other. Okay. What does the yin do for the yang? What does the yang do for the yin? What does the masculine do for the feminine? What does the provider do for the nurturer? What does the nurturer do for the provider? Actually, both of them are doing for each other. The nurturer becomes the provider for the other, and the provider becomes the nurturer for the other, and then they do the role reversal also. Now, separation phase for some people is also a phase of role reversal, because the chaser, whosoever is the chaser, refuses to contact the runner. Runner actually has to get fed up with the chaser, because the chaser has many addictions. One of the addiction is to chase. One of the addiction is to get attention somehow. Try to get the other person's attention because they feel inadequate about themselves. They feel they lack something. They may not be lacking anything. They may be absolutely fine. They may be amazing, and actually the runner has a lot of respect for the chaser. They know that chaser has something in them. But when the chaser acts like a very codependent person, acts like they're not being themselves, they are being so like miserable, so like victimized, that's when the runner doesn't want to be with them. Maybe the runner at one time even thinks that this person can never fix, this person will never change. It's just a gone case, totally gone case. They might be having some wonderful qualities in them. When I met them, they were so wonderful, so amazing, so pure, so energetic. But now they are just too much, to deal with, too dramatic. The chasers are dramatic for a reason, they are dramatic because they are surrounded by negative energy. They're surrounded by people who don't appreciate them. But when the runner appreciates them, then also the chaser has a problem, because the chaser thinks, no, I'm not good enough. So there is a lot of, annoying energies that they create at one point in time. It's only when the chaser comes into the runner energies, when they do the role reversal, then they realize. Because once the chaser fixes itself, then they don't want to accept the runner also, the way the runner has been. So what are they doing actually to each other? They keep helping each other grow. But the runner-chaser dynamic has to stop. It can't keep going on for the rest of their life, because then they'll never be able to do the mission work. So when the feminine is unhealed, when the masculine is unhealed, this healing is a very important factor of this journey, For the feminine could be a chaser with the masculine, but in many other areas and with many other people, she could be also the runner. Similarly, it's vice versa for the other one. They could be a runner, but otherwise they could be a chaser. They could be a chaser when it comes to business. They could be chaser when it comes to, listening to other people, making decisions. So they sort of help each other clear their polarity issues also. So if one person fixes, now as I said in the last channeling also, and I keep saying it, It's always the one who has the feminine energy. It's always the one who's more evolved. That person can fix. And somehow it sounds crazy, but the one who's evolved also acts very codependent. So they reincarnate because they need to do some work here. And for the reincarnation, the purpose of the reincarnation, that has to be fulfilled. So a lot of people mention on the internet, we have seen that it's a split soul, it's the other half of the soul. Basically, they are not able to explain it properly, or people are not able to understand it properly. So when they say two halves are put into two different bodies, and there is a feeling that until unless two halves are reunited, something will be missing. They don't technically mean that actually two halves are created and it is split. It means that two similar type of energies, like equal type of energies, are created, which means they are two halves of one whole. Okay, it's literally like you have to go somewhere, and from one point to another, when you are making the journey, half of the destination has to be covered by foot and half of the destination has to be covered by air, right? So that half of the one that is to be covered by foot has to be done by one, and the other half that has to be done by the one who has to do it by air. And then there are two destinations like this, and then the other destination, the one who does it by air has to do it by foot, and the one who's on the foot has to do it by air, and then only it will get completed. So it's like the other person has to know what happens in the other side. We need to know both the sides very well. Only then we can combine both energies and make it into a singular energy. It's like alchemy, converting a metal from a basic metal into gold. Some people call it magic, some people call it science. So when people meet their twin flame, at that point in time, there is this feeling that, this person is very similar to me. More than similar, it is very familiar feeling that I know this person. And as I always say, that initially it's very good. Now that initial phase can last in some people for 2 years, for 3 years, for 4 years. When they meet that person initially, they really look up to that person. That person inspires them. That person wants them to do good things in life. That person wants them to become better. So they actually look at them like a wow person. And at that point in time, this wow person is probably not aware about it, or they are doing their own things. And then suddenly this wow person goes into a very dark night. And in the beginning of the dark night, or when they're approaching the dark night, because the energies are descending, the other person who is like enamored by them now starts getting close to them. Finally, when they get close to them, they see all these problems in them. Because the person is wow, but not fully wow, not fully there. So when they see their, and this also kind of triggers it. Their disgust towards them also triggers it even more. Because they don't understand, why are they disgusted by me? Why are they not liking me? They were so nice to me at one point. It's because they don't like this version of that person, this dilapidated, this dark, this sad, this dependent, totally codependent, addicted, completely addicted to so many things. It could be alcohol, it could be cigarettes, it could be some substance, it could be some drug, it could be something. And at that point in time, when a person is going through their dark night, you'll all notice in a very intense dark night, the person also loses their looks. They could be really good looking, very attractive, physically very attractive, very charming people. But when they go through the dark night, they become really like skeletons sometimes, very thin, they lose the weight, or they put on too much weight, or they look like they've not taken a bath for days, their glow is gone, and their, whole personality is diminished, basically. So when we reach the illumination phase, this is the phase when the glow comes. Why this glow comes and goes? Because this glow has to remain stable. It can't just keep coming and going all the time, So before this union process happens, this glow, this positivity, this energy, this love, this compassion, the mission orientedness, all of this is there, but it comes and it goes, it comes and it goes, it comes and it goes, it comes and it goes. So that coming and going itself creates a runner-chaser dynamic outside. This is the reason why the connection is intense. It can be weird. Sometimes you can't even give a name to that connection. In some cases, when it's that one of the twin flame is married and one of them is committed to someone else, and they have a very platonic feeling towards their twin. So as I say that there are different types of twin flames. You may not be aware about all of them, but there are many formats of twin flames. In some cases, the twin flame are like really good friends. They are best of friends. But they are in such strange setups. It could be an age difference. It could be, like some kind of a weird difference. Like I said, that one of them is married to someone, the other one is in relationship with someone, or, something else is going on with them. And they are in opposite genders. So sometimes there is this problem with gender also, because the people question, like, why are you talking to this person so much? Why are you meeting this person so much? And one of them can confuse it to be a romantic connection also. Why, at that point in time, the other one might be getting very triggered by this. That why is this person treating me like a romantic connection? I'm not a romantic connection for this person. They have their own romantic connection and I have my own. So sometimes they want that love, they want that affection, but they are knocking at the wrong door. And this also creates a big problem in the twin flame journey, because the other person is like not willing to give up on it. And both of them are not willing to give up on it. There is some kind of a confusion, that's why there is a stalker energy also, because one person who runs away is like completely blocks that person, because they cannot deal with that person. They cannot like talk to that person anymore. The other person is very blocked and very shut. They are not willing to listen to anyone. So what is the way to do it? The best way is to again surrender to source and ask for guidance from source. As you grow further and further in the ascension journey, and you've put in some years into it, and that every time I run away from this person, that's the time this person fix themselves, they work on themselves, they look better. Sometimes this runner gets confused also, because they say that when I'm not with this person, they are so nice. And when I come back again, they go crazy, like, what happens? Am I the curse? Am I the person? Whenever they come close to me, or whenever I try to go close to them, I try to commit to them, I try to make some plan. Like, some people face this during mission work also. Like, their twin is never ready for the mission work. That's how they feel. So they do their work on their own, they become very independent, and then the runner or the chaser, whosoever it is, when it fixes, at one time they are both in neutral energies. It's not sure who's the runner, who's the chaser. They come back and then they make very big plans with each other, that we're going to do this, we're going to do that, we are here to save earth, we are going to do this, we are going to do that, and they start putting in their money, time, investment, everything into it. And that's when one person starts flipping, one person starts acting crazy, and the other person is like, how many times am I going to give this person a chance? How many times? So whosoever is in these situations, whether it's a friendship situations, whether it's a love situation, whether it's a proper love relationship, whether it's a husband-wife situation, whether it is like these two people are doing something good together, this intense energy is what we need to get rid of. And this will only get rid of when we don't react to them. Or if we react to them, we talk to them, we put in some sense on them, and we tell them that, look, you have to act mature. Otherwise, I have no other option but to just block you out, or so give them a warning before you do so. I'm just saying, once you become little mature, you have to tell them. But then this is the problem. If they don't fix, then a drastic step has to be taken. Like once a person was telling me, and this is again a live, real life example, that there's this couple, a twin flame couple. They both love each other a lot. But one of them, and these are people from the entertainment world. So one of them is from the entertainment world, the other is from some IT company or something. Now the one who's in entertainment world is like really fascinated to become a person who's famous and popular. It's a model, okay? A model, an actress or something like that, wanting to get fame, name. Now the partner is in an IT company, like a very simple guy, coming from a very simple background. They don't understand all these things. But the other person is like, no, I have to do this, I have to do this, I have to do it. So they do it. But as there is alcohol involved, as there are substances involved, and I'm not saying the IT one is not doing anything. They are both addicted to certain things. They are both addicted to certain issues. The IT person is also stubborn because they are not ready to marry them or commit to them. They have their own conditions that if you don't do this, if you don't do that, that I cannot accept you. My mother cannot accept you. My sister cannot accept you. So there is a loneliness factor. There are many factors, okay? In the entertainment industry, I have seen maximum people are suffering. 99.9% people are suffering. Even the successful ones are miserable. From the external, from the outside, it looks like they are very happy, but they are not happy. Only those people who are doing meaningful work, message oriented work, are happy. So in this situation, in this case also, what happens is that they get into big fights. The fights become so intense that there is police involved in it, and then there is a restraining order that is being given by the police, to the other person, that you cannot meet this person. They get into like a big fight actually. Now after this restraining order is given, all those things happen. After some time, both of them realize their mistake. Both of them feel like, we should not have done this, we should not have involved the police. Because once the police got involved, the family gets involved. The family got involved, then they had to go their other ways, So family involvement is there. Family saying that this person, now coming back becomes really hard, very tough. But then what to do? If there is so much substance, I keep telling people, try to stay away from drugs as much as you can. Try to stay away from alcohol as much as you can. These things always trigger the situation. It makes it worse. So if you think that one person is doing it, you are not doing anything, but the other person is doing it, just check your meals, just check your diet, just check what you do. You could be drinking a lot of caffeine. You could be a caffeine addict. You may not be drinking alcohol, but you might be doing something else which is highly addictive in nature. On a regular lifestyle or apparent level, it may not look like an addiction, but it could be an addiction, because of which your energy keeps getting lowered, the vibrations are low vibrations, the frequency is very low, all those things happen. Okay, so this intense connection is weird, but later on, people realize that first they think that I should keep the other person at 1 arm distance, like real time social distancing. Some of the people think that. So if you are one of those people, then you have to let your twin flame in. You could be having any format of relationship. I think in this channeling session, I'm connected more to the runners for some reason. So if runners are listening, then you got to let the person in and you got to stop reacting to them. If you have already done this runner chaser dynamic and it's pointless, it's useless, because you keep doing it again and again, you block them, then they come back, you block them. So you also want to fix it. You also want to know what's the problem in this, or you want to give them a warning. You want to tell them that, don't do this. This is stupid. Even because if you are getting frustrated with them, then you have to figure out why you are still around them. Like in totality, do you really hate them? Do you really dislike them? What is the issue that you're facing? Or are they showing you something about you? In the reflection, are they showing you? So what do you want to do with them? If you want to ignore them completely, then you tell them that, listen, I'm not able to deal with you. Please leave me alone, and you do your thing, and let them know very sternly that please leave me alone. Okay, but then at the same time you work on yourself, like what aspect of them is really irritating you, really annoying you, and really frustrating you. Why are you attracting it? And has the same person not been a good person to you? Has the same person not inspired you? If the same person who has inspired you, being good to you, being nice to you, why are they torturing you right now? You need to ask all of those questions, because you need to figure out a way to learn and grow at the same time. And this does not mean that people can just treat you any which way they want. Does not mean that bad behavior is acceptable. It means that maybe your reaction to them is making it grow even more. Okay, So here I'm going to close this channeling session. Thank you so much for being here with me. One love and peace out. And for any personal sessions, please check out the description box. And kindly do not share your twin flame story with me in advance. We will discuss the story during the reading. Thank you so much.